I think it's kind of interesting. We've already watched a 5-star quarterback commit to Houston, and now we're watching a 5-star edge rusher that's committed to Maryland. So two premium positions, two very highly recruited players, and they're committed to two schools that typically aren't in the running for these kinds of players. But today we're watching the edge rusher from St. Francis, Maryland, out there in Baltimore, Maryland. Zion Elee, 6'3.5", 220, currently committed to Maryland. Well, until signing day, a whole lot can change, but excited to get started on this kid. So we only have a 3-minute video here. We're going to have to be pretty efficient, not really waste a whole lot of time. But with some of these higher recruited kids, it's a lot easier to understand just how good they are. You know, this kid goes to St. Francis. He's going to be playing a lot of high-level competition. Right here, this is Duncanville. Keelan Russell, has a chance to start for Alabama this upcoming season. So just bear all that in mind, that he's doing this against high-level competition. I think they played Modern Day also last year. Here's Modern Day. Like I said, these higher recruited kids, these 5-stars, that this kid's so easy. It's like 2 minutes in, I'm already like, this kid's an elite prospect. Get off's elite, very good bend. I think he turns the corner very well, very efficiently. I think he times the snap well, but athletically, his explosiveness is just off the charts. That's 2 plays in, you can already tell that. So at 6'3", 220, 6'3.5", he's definitely going to be a bit more of an undersized guy. So now the question is, right, how strong is he? Just how strong is he? He's only a junior in this highlight tape, and you're not expecting a kid of this athleticism to be very, very strong, just because that would make him one of the best prospects ever, just because of how good his get off is. And I think it's already very good, 4 or 5 plays in, and we're watching him against some of the country's best. Their schedule can't really play that much tougher of a schedule than we're seeing him play here. This is Duncanville. This is a very, very tough to play offensive line in Duncanville. Tough to play any position in Duncanville. It's not some random kid he's going up against there, and he just walked him into the backfield. And outside of just the first step, I think he's just a hell of an athlete also. We've seen him in here's another one. Again, that's Keelan Russell, Alabama SEC starter kid that he's chasing down. I think the one thing that you're going to hold against him is kind of the lack of length at 6'3.5". It's not elite. It's definitely in the upper group. And then it's going to be the strength. Just how strong is he? How does he hold up, setting the edge in the run game? Haven't seen a whole lot of highlights against the run, but definitely a kid that's working with elite traits, and the things that he lacks are things that can get developed, and the things that he has already are a bit harder to develop. So I think a kid like this is pretty easy to me. I'm going to go ahead and give him a 4 on the frame. 6'3.5", bit on the smaller end, but easy 6 on the explosiveness. I'm going to give him a 4 on the strength, 6 on the athleticism, 6 on the bend, and a 5 on the pass rush moves. I'm never expecting a kid to have developed pass rush moves at this stage in the career. Junior in high school we just watched. But yeah, to me, that's a kid that's very easy to see why he's so highly recruited. You look at the frame right away, and you kind of think, all right, well, is he more of like an outside linebacker, a guy that can't really hold up, with his hand in the ground all the time? I think he's so goddamn explosive, and he's just long enough that I think he's kind of a guy that could play in any scheme. I don't think it's a guy that teams would say no to because he doesn't necessarily fit what they do. I think he's so damn athletic that it doesn't really matter, to be honest. But yeah, definitely a great football player. Gonna be hard to expect that there's gonna be another pass rusher that's better than him in this class, but that was only the first one we've watched, so we got a while to go. But that's a good way to, I think, kick off the class. But yeah, anybody else you guys want me to watch, let me know. Thanks.